Howdy, welcome to Untitled. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing pretty good. My day's been a little bit busy. I have some tea. Oh, you're drinking the tea. What are you drinking today?
Just some chai tea. It's
Very
nothing,
nice.
nothing too fancy. Just the good old HEB brand. But
Oh
I'm
yeah.
enjoying it in that Tim Hortons mug you got me, and
Oh, that's
pretty cozy.
yeah. For the people that don't know, what is HEB?
A what?
For the people that don't know, what is HEB?
Oh, right. HEB. That's the letters HE and B. Is a store. It's a grocery store chain that is local or like only in. I want to say it's only in Texas or maybe it's other southern states, but it's limited in its geographic widespreadness.
So
That's not a word. Um,
it's a rarity. It's a rarity.
they're
Is what
not
we're
like
trying.
super. They're pretty common here, but they're like you
Right,
don't
but
have them in Canada,
I don't.
uh,
I'm glad.
and they're not in most states. But wow. Um, but yeah, no, that's pretty. It's average store. I'd say it's like a Walmart, but a little fancier. And
Right.
it's also only groceries and like medical, like basic stuff, not like a Walmart that has a whole they got the electronics and toys and all that. No, that's just food and other stuff like that.
So it's not like a Walmart where you can go in and I'm gonna buy some celery and a rifle.
No, no, they don't have a gun section, sadly.
Oh, they
Uh,
don't. I thought they did. We do
well,
it
Walmart
here.
Walmart does. I'm saying HEB
Oh,
doesn't have
yeah,
a.
HEB. If
Yeah,
if HEB did have one, I would. That would be interesting.
I mean, considering it's a Texas thing, you would think it would. Uh,
Right in the back section. Would anyone want to buy an A15? I got a multiple back here.
yeah.
No,
So let's
I'm. Hold
s-
on. Hey, don't get
so,
ahead of
so oh
it.
yes, your tea. Yes, almost
Come on,
forgot.
man. Come on, get with the program here. I'm drinking. I'm drinking. The same thing I drank last time. What was it? Earl Grey from. Oh, shout out to Twinnings. That's what I'm drinking. Twinnings Tea Company. It's a great. They have supplied me with a whole stash of
Right.
amazing Earl Grey tea because that's what I only buy.
And you know, speaking of that Earl Grey tea that you are actually drinking this time,
Yes,
wanted to talk about a little, just a little hiccup we had. We tried to
just a
record an
little.
episode. Tried to record an episode last night, and it went a little bit off the rails. I think by the end of it, we
Just a
had
bit.
we had ended the episode, and we just spent the rest of the night like doing Wikipedia speed runs and looking at memes. It
Right.
was it went a little bit sideways, but we're doing
And
better now.
yes,
We got our footing back again, and
yes. The reason that
it's
happened um, is because I was supposed to. Well, I wasn't supposed to, but I told everyone that I was drinking tea. However, I
yes,
drank my tea before, and so I was just drinking the water, and so I kind of lied, and so
yes.
we're saying that is the reason that.
Josh's lie cursed the episode. Uh,
But I can say for sure now I'm drinking beautiful, tasty, milky Earl Grey. I'm a tea addict. I have like four. I had
you,
4 cups in my bedroom.
you know, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not addicted, man. I can quit anytime I want. um,
Yeah, I'm
I,
not
I
addicted. I
think
just
I've
really like it.
think I've possibly become an addict. The thing about it is that it's very convenient for like if you're bored instead of boredom eating, you can just go and like
Drink.
yeah, just go drink tea and have the experience of like turning on the putting water in the teapot and turning that on and waiting for it, and then you pour a cup and you finish it and then you start the next one, and it's just this nice little just way to kill like half an hour.
You
Just
spend half an hour making tea?
well,
Jeez,
Sometimes, because I
wow.
use like an old fashioned
What do
like
you do? Boil it on a
teapot.
campfire?
I use an old. No, it doesn't take half an hour to make like to boil the water. I'm just saying like I'll have multiple cups, so I'll heat it up, pour a cup, take a good while to drink it, and then have to heat the water up again, and just
Right,
yeah. So I'll spend 30 minutes, going through tea. Um,
right. Yeah, no, not for me. I make tea in about a minute. I
and then
can
you
make a
just
tea.
slurp it down. Just
I just slurp it down. I've had in the past, because it's so easy to make, I've had like 4 or 5 cups of tea in the space of like an hour because I could. However, the tea that I drink is light. I need like heavy tea and caffeine content to actually wake me up.
yeah,
This stuff just soothes me to go to sleep. That's why I'm drinking this now. But there's a trick, and I don't know if it's actually healthy. But what I used to do is, if I was working early shifts for work, I would put 4 or 5 tea bags in one cup and have this like shot of just pure straight caffeine. It really
well,
woke you up. Not
that's
anymore, obviously.
that's nothing compared to my thankfully bygone habit of drinking 2 pots of coffee a day. Um,
That's just
I had too much time on my hands is the truth of it. I spent so much time just like hanging out at home back then, doing not much of anything that coffee was kind of like my tea. Like I hadn't discovered the wonders of tea, so I would just drink coffee all day,
right.
and
That makes sense.
it was so horrible. It was so horrible. My heart rate
Yeah, yeah, your heart rate was probably out of. It was
just
astronomical. It was just.
it was so just so quick that it like was imperceivable and it seemed like I didn't have a heart rate.
Man, just going through cardiac arrest, just sitting on a chair.
I could yeah,
You just
it
have
was bad.
two pots in your hand, just
But now
alternating.
I've discovered the wonders of the tea, and
Yes,
I honestly, I think at this point I drink more tea than coffee. I'll have like 2, maybe 3 max cups of coffee in the morning, and
I've
then it's
converted
just
you.
tea. Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
It was funny because while you're like, oh yeah, you started like making fun of tea, coffee superior, and now
Right,
you're
and that was
t-
almost like
tea addict.
a whole contingent point of when we were deciding what to do as far as podcast ideas. That was one of
Right.
our ideas was that like we have a sort of little feud going on between the coffee and tea thing. Like that was gonna,
Yes.
without
Yeah.
going into too much detail, that was gonna be like part of the brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That was.
and now I don't really drink much coffee, so that
Now
wouldn't
we're both
work.
tea advocates. Yeah. And talking about tea, you actually sent me some tea a while back. I should
Yes,
be
I
getting
did.
it soon. I haven't got the email yet that it's shipped, but when I do get it, hopefully some cool things will happen with it potentially when I do get it.
Right.
Because they haven't sent me an email for it. I feel like they just forgot. So, anyways, that's gonna just raid their headquarters. Where's my tea? I ran out 3 days ago. I'm
Oh,
having withdrawal.
that would be awful. Uh,
I no, it was really cool. I got to like choose a whole bunch of cool teas. Yeah, at least I won't be drinking this Earl Grey. Not to hate on Earl Grey, but you gotta try some new
but
stuff.
but to be fair, it is kind of like the most basic tea in the
Oh yeah,
universe.
oh yeah. If like if I'm trying to think of a coffee equivalent, it's just really take your black coffee. Its tea equivalent would be Earl Grey. But,
Hmm,
but then you would go into like fancy coffees like mocha or like pumpkin spice or something like that.
right.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
If you can't already tell, we love drinking mugs.
We are we are drinkers, yes. Um,
I think from now on we'll start our podcast just by talking about tea. I think that'll be our thing now. But
it seems to always happen. I mean, I guess that's kind of natural when you're constantly drinking tea.
right, yeah, I mean makes sense. And I just love the random slurps you'd get. You'd be like just talking, and the other person's like, "You know what we're saying?" Anyways, what you today? What I can't talk. What did you do today, Dip?
I just went out of town and visited some family. It was a nice little outing. we were just working on my brother's car.
Ah,
Um,
fancy. Nice.
yeah,
Also, I apologize. I called everyone. I called him Dip. That's his nickname, I guess you could say. His name's Daniel, but I've
so
been calling
yeah,
him. It's a long story, long story. But if I you might catch me calling him Dip here or there.
we met
But
on a forum, and that was my username at the time, and
yes,
so he still kind of has it ingrained in his mind at times. So it's
yeah,
you know,
it's kind of I'm gonna try and call you Daniel in here, but it'll slip out here or there.
yeah.
Uh, just so you know, I'm not talking about some other person.
And it's easy for me because, Josh has always just been Josh because he's a normal person that just,
I am sane. Actually, no, my nickname was I added a Y, Joshy, kind of to make it more,
yes.
but it's
Like,
still
man, what is his name?
it's
This
really
Y
hard.
really throws things
I'm
off.
so anonymous. Just add a Y. Like, who is this guy? Take the Y off. Oh, it's Josh.
Yeah. But,
Yeah,
yeah, yep, yep, yep,
that
yep.
sounds like a fun day. I went golfing. Well, actually, I didn't golf. I helped my dad golf. I drove the golf cart around like an absolute lunatic.
You got to be a caddy.
I am my dad's caddy. Yeah, I suck at golf. However, I'm contemplating learning it better because, like, it seems
Yeah.
fun. It's nice and chill. You have your tee and you just go around the golf course, and it's nice with the sun setting. It's
Yeah.
quite picturesque, but
I
yeah, my
think,
day's been pretty fun.
I think I might, now that you mention that, I've been considering getting into it myself just because, there's a, course very close by, uh, to where I'm at.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've never really been too drawn to the idea of golf, but I've just kind of been around it lately. And, uh, something I didn't realize is that they make these like little stand things for your
Oh.
golf bag that it has wheels on it. So you can like, you don't even have to have a
Oh,
cart.
yeah,
You could
yeah,
just like
yeah,
walk the course. And so I'm thinking about doing that
yeah.
as for one, a way
It's
to get into like a new hobby, but also a little bit exercise.
It's pretty fun. I've seen those. Usually, me and my dad walk because it's good exercise, but it's the last one of the season, so I was like, "We're
Yeah.
gonna take a cart," and so it was pretty fun. My day's been pretty basic, nothing too, crazy.
Right.
You got any plans for tomorrow or the coming weeks or anything cool?
Tomorrow. Just church, and then in the afternoon, I'm not sure yet. I just got a fuel line in for my lawnmower, so I'll be
Yeah,
installing that at some point,
very
depending
nice. Like
on
a Yeah,
how tomorrow goes.
right.
You know how planning on in days and all that stuff
Oh yeah,
happens.
yeah, it does. And also, I apologize if there's any background noise. My siblings and dad just came home, so
Mm,
you know, I'll probably invest in a better mic sometime in the future, but just thought to give a disclaimer. But yeah, no, I was going to say something here. My mind is going blank. Hold on. I have the mental capacity of an 80-year-old.
no, you good?
We are at the second episode. Yay. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. We made it to the second episode. I was going to
No,
say that in the beginning,
I,
but it's pretty
yeah,
cool.
I went a little bit silent there for a second myself because this antivirus that I accidentally downloaded is freaking out as we record. Professionals.
Accidentally. Ag- accidentally.
No, no, seriously, like it. I was trying to install. I want to say it was Adobe Acrobat Reader, and it just
Right.
came immediately prepackaged with McAfee. And as
Oh,
you
man.
know, McAfee is not able to be removed.
It's
So,
not. It's not. I actually downloaded one like a antivirus program thing on my computer because I came back from a long trip away from home. Came back and this laptop that I'm recording on now had like seven viruses on it. I,
mm,
I don't know what happened, so I just like opened up my computer and there was like notification after notification. It was like blowing up. I'm like, oh man,
yeah,
oh brother. But
oh no, it's in this case, of course, they want me to pay for like the web protection.
of course,
So there's one, it wasn't even like it didn't give any viruses or anything, but it was just like a non-secure website that I visited to convert binary, and it
What,
keeps bringing up these notifications like, "Oh my God, you went to this website. Your computer's gonna die."
what were you converting binary for?
Um, I think it was actually that project you and I were discussing
Oh,
the
right.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Uh,
something I won't go into too much.
no,
Maybe
no, we don't
we'll
want to. We want to keep that
no.
under wraps for now. But
It's a project something me and Daniel had a while back. I haven't done much work to it, but it's just something. Yeah. So super
something
secretive.
may come of it, something may not come of it, and so because of that, we're just gonna remain silent on it for now.
Absolutely.
Um,
But knowing me, I'm probably just going to mention something in later episodes. Be like, "Come on,
well,
Josh,
yeah,
you
that's how
can't
it
keep your
goes.
mouth shut." Yeah. No. It's that's how it goes, indeed.
Oh man,
This is really good to you.
how's work been?
Work's been slow. My
Hmm.
boss just I guess he got tired of working for himself for a bit, and he's now working for another employer. Don't know too much about it, so kind of in a way I'm out of work right now, which sucks. However, I do have some side gigs that I do here and there. I went into work. It wasn't yesterday. It was Thursday. I went in to do mow some lawns for about 9 hours. Like goodness, it was
Hmm.
brutal. Like I'm riding a lawn tractor, but for like 9 hours straight, you kind of
Just yeah.
it's just tedious. Like you want to die.
Uh,
But
God.
it's okay money, and you can just put headphones on and just And I wasn't mowing like little lawns. I was mowing like massive strips of land. So it was just going
Hmm.
around in circles for about out like 3 hours. It was wasn't the
Yeah.
best, but it's work. How about you? How was your work been?
Pretty good. Yeah, as you know, I work for a commercial landscaping company, and so it's
Yes,
just I I get on a weed eater and I just go for hours, and that is
nice
currently all I know is weed eating.
weed eating. I used to do a
Eventually,
lot of that. Yeah.
I hope they put me on a mower soon, because I need to figure out how to
Oh
operate
yeah.
like the bigger
Yeah.
ones. But it's at the same time though. It's pretty nice. I can just put my headphones on and just do
Yeah.
my thing for
Oh yeah.
hours
Of
on
course.
end.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Totally.
yeah.
I used to do a lot of weed eating. Used to do like ditches, like deep ditches. So I'd like stand on the side and just wave like what are those like old school ways of cutting grass? The scythe,
Hmm.
is that what they call it? Scythe. So I just used that as a scythe, and I just went back and forth, and I'd kill like all sorts of animals. You just see a frog like go flying. Like, oh, my bad.
Bruh.
Oh well, happens, I guess. But you'd
Yeah.
come back just covered. You'd be green going back
Covered
home.
in green and red blood from all the small rodents that you just plowed through.
Yeah, I feel a little
Bro
bad.
sees a squirrel and he's just like, die.
Die. No, if it's a squirrel, I mean, first of all, squirrels don't usually stay that close to me when I have a machine that spins around.
Hmm.
But if they did, I'd feel bad for the squirrel. He needs help.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit slow.
Suicidal.
Suicidal or
Hit me.
maybe a little slow, like
Has some disabilities or something.
uh, don't make fun of the squirrel. Oh, by the
I
way,
won't.
so thank you very much for 5 subscribers. I
Yes,
mentioned in
thank
the
you.
last episode that if we got, even just 5 dedicated, engaged viewers, that would be all we need to keep us going. And we have five
Yes,
subscribers,
thank
and
you.
it appears that we've peaked. It all goes downhill from here.
This was our absolute, this was our highest point in the second episode. I wouldn't be surprised if the 5 subscribers were like my family. There's like no one's watched it. It's just my family watching it
uh,
because I have a big family. So no, I mean, actually, I look at our view count for the
yeah,
last episode. We're at 50. I don't know
yeah,
how.
yeah. I know it went up again. It
It's
keeps
so odd.
fluctuating.
It's like you look at it's 50. Oh, nice. And then like I don't know, 2 hours later, it's like 27. It's like
Yeah,
what happened to the other ones? Where did
it's
they
got to
go?
be. only thing I can think is it's some kind of like uh, maybe it detects if people have watched it twice or something. I don't know,
I
but
have no idea, but I'm not complaining. I'm not
no,
gonna
no,
go to
me
gonna
neither.
go to YouTube. Excuse me, I should have 27 views, not 50. But to the people that actually watched it, thank you very
Yes,
much. You are the not the reason. You guys are the reason that we keep going.
you
You
are
know,
the
motivator.
foundation
Yes,
for our platform, so we can get up here and scream our uh, poorly informed opinions about things.
yes, like last episode.
Yeah. Oh man, last episode was just an
You
absolute
know,
mess. We,
but
we
those are but
tried.
yeah,
We tried to. I don't really want to go into all of it too much, but we tried doing like a different format, and it just didn't hold up. So
different
we
form. We jumped straight into a talk. It was like, hey, welcome to entire. All right, we're gonna talk about
yeah
this
we
now
we
for about
tried
the
to
entire episode.
we tried to like I don't let's let the past die on that. Maybe
It was a
one
learning
day
experience.
we'll release this file from the Untitled uh,
Yes.
crypt. It'll be like here's the all the rejected episodes or the failed recording attempts.
If you give
Um,
us money, we will allow you to watch this failed attempt.
yes, we'll let you watch worse episodes if you pay us. Uh,
Have some like really terrible subscription.
and I want to mention this. We'll probably mention it again at the end, but you can write us at untitled at writeme.com, and I believe we have a second email. We're clearly very organized.
We
Uh,
have two now because I created one in the beginning, and Daniel, sent me a different one. So I have to. I think I already replaced it, but if not, I will right after this,
yeah,
or I'll just leave it in the description as well.
yeah, but it's
Yes.
untitled at writeme.com, and
Yes.
we will see your email and read it live on the air.
Daniel will read it
Po-
and not
unless
respond. I will.
unless we will read it live on air, unless you request us not to, or if it is like a violation of FCC guidelines.
I'm not reading this. I'm going to get arrested.
Ugh,
Screw it. We'll go for it anyways. But no, yes, please write us. We will. There's a lot of background noise. I apologize. We will read all the emails that come through.
that's the aesthetic of the family screaming in the background.
Yes, it's my youngest sibling. He is. He's young. I'll just say that.
Hmm.
But that does not, hinder our incredible podcast capabilities.
No, I mean everybody's got children screaming in the other room. That's so it just blends in with.
That sounds mildly wrong. Everyone's got children screaming in the other room. Yeah,
uh,
no, totally. Yeah, I got three of them right now.
well, you do have siblings.
Shut
Uh,
up. No, I wouldn't be that harsh.
I
Anyway,
I told you I would refill your food bowl in a little while.
oh god,
God, this is stop. We gotta
we
gotta
gotta
change the directions.
we gotta veer off this direction. This is going. I'm not saying
Yes.
it's going wrong.
No,
We
no, it's we're professionals.
yes,
We are.
this is not the previous
This
attempts. We have to
is
keep this.
the peak of quality.
Yes, this is the best you're gonna get. Don't even ask for more. This is even too good for us.
Right.
We're trying our
We're
hardest
gonna
here.
have to put this behind a paywall.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, exactly.
Fifty
Yeah.
dollars, please.
I was saying like 60.
Mm, yeah.
60 plus
Yeah. While
tax.
we're at it, just like 75.
I'd say 80. Go around it.
Yeah. No, this is definitely worth $80.
But I mean, since you're doing 80, you could just really do just 90. But like, you know what I mean?
We're gonna get people to like pay us half their paycheck just to hear us ramble about nothing.
That is the worst ripoff I've
It's
ever
like
heard of.
the Seinfeld of podcasts.
It's
Uh,
like, pay us half your paycheck and you can listen to us for an hour. Yeah, I think that'll go well. You never know. There might be that one guy, but like, I got nothing better to do. Let me hear these two guys talk about absolutely
our
nothing
our
for.
one loyal fan.
I'd love to meet him. If he's
Yeah.
out there,
Here,
ever so
write
grateful.
us. Write us.
Yes, write us. But yeah, yeah, right. Please write us. We have nothing
We
better to
need
do.
content. That is how we will feel the lack of, there's no title, there's no topic. That is how we will create the content, is you will send us things to talk about.
It's so. I mean, going back to like our title, for example, it feels so weird saying, yeah, we're untitled. We have absolutely no title. We have no theme associated with us. We're just two guys talking
Mm,
for an hour. Like, but that's what I like about it. That's what I like about it. That we don't have to, it's really low effort. Like when it
yeah.
comes to designing things, it's just okay. The word untitled, and yep, that's about it. We're good. But hopefully, I have actually talking about like some sponsorships and stuff. I do know some people, some friends of ours who actually have their own podcast. I recently found out, so maybe in the potential future, I'll reach out
Mm,
for some kind of a either a partnership or not a partnership, but like we'll get them on.
collaboration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was trying to say, something like that. So, we'll shout them out, they shout us out, kind of thing.
Mm.
Maybe, but yeah, no, I think that would be pretty sweet. I'm trying to think of a. Oh, did you have some more slop for food today, Daniel?
Uh, uh, let's see, what did I have today? I had actually, yes, that was the first thing this morning. As I woke up, I was running late for work, and so I stopped at a gas station and I got
Oh
a
yeah,
little pack of those like mini donuts.
oh yeah.
That
No,
was
oh
that was pretty
those are
good.
so good.
They're so tasty
Unhealthy.
but so horrible.
They're so bad for you. I can't say the same. I had some gas station taquitos today
Mm,
because
that's even worse.
is it though? Yeah, you could probably get like
Yeah,
botulism or
no,
something.
that's
When it just comes home like a zombie, you're like,
was it one of those you said taquitos, like the ones that are on the rollers with the hot
yeah,
dogs?
yeah, those ones. Yeah,
Oh,
there's like
so terrible.
they taste fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, no, they taste amazing. It's just they're awful.
They slowly kill you.
Yeah.
But it's like 4.99 for that and a drink. It's a good deal considering how expensive Canada is now. It's like,
Mm,
yeah, I mean, they're making all the healthy food expensive.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I eat terribly. Not all the time. I'll say that I try my very best to eat on good terms, but sometimes it's just, you know,
Sometimes you're, like I said, running late for work. It's just
or
convenient.
broke, or you're
Yeah.
broke and just
Ah,
can't afford it.
I think I don't think you generally buy crappy gas station food. I mean, it's cheap, but I feel
Bro,
like I've lost more money from buying gas station food than I've
okay,
saved from or that I've
that's
lost from eating
yeah.
better.
Well, that's if you buy it constantly. Like if you start to compare, like if you buy, you know, let's like right now, a whole head of lettuce, just fresh lettuce, is like $7 to $8 at the
Mm,
local grocery store. But if you go to the next aisle, you can get like 3 liters of like Diet Coke and donuts for like $3.
that's
So,
fair. Yeah.
it's just in single terms, it's more expensive to eat healthy. But there's things you could do to help it.
There are solutions. We're just making excuses.
Yeah,
Um,
we feel really guilty about what we do, so we're trying to just make up for it by kind of,
just so it's not my fault.
it's the government. What can I
Yes.
say? It's not like I have a free will. I can choose what to do. But
No,
yeah.
what we ought to do is, I've actually, there's a little spot we've set aside in the backyard that we're planning to do this. We want to plant some vegetables and
Ooh, good idea.
other edibles. Some edible, I think some stuff we want to do just like flowers, just to sort of spruce up the backyard. But
Very nice.
uh, I might start getting a little bit more of a green thumb. I mean, I already work outside, and if I can learn how to plant things instead of just kill things with a weed eater,
Bro plants grass.
Yeah. I'm gonna
This
open a
is
sod farm.
this is what we're eating, boys. This is the only thing I can grow. But no, actually, I think having a little garden is really beneficial because at least for with my
Mm,
family, we have a long like I forgot how long it is. I'm gonna guess like 100 feet. It's a long tunnel, almost like a greenhouse, and we grow a lot of food. And it's pretty good because you can save a lot of food because vegetables at least now are quite expensive. But yeah, it's
right.
pretty good.
Oh man, can't really do a whole lot of farming, unfortunately, living in the middle of the
No,
city.
no, you can't. But you could have little gardens, even small
Mm.
gardens. You don't need a lot of room to plant things. You can have, like I know in apartment buildings, in the city, they have like on their windowsills they have these long, I guess garden boxes, and they can grow tomatoes, peppers, things like that. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, um,
Awkward silence.
yeah, no, it's
It's all right. It's all right. We're just see this is part of the learning. Okay, it's
this
like
is
we both stop talking, and then you're like, our mind just flatlines, and it's like, what do I talk
if
about
only we
now?
were if only we were informed, empowered members of society, so we could actually talk about current events and things that matter instead of just
Yes.
plants and tea.
Yeah.
Although,
I mean, as
to be fair, I
yeah.
think plants and tea and weed eating probably, like, to me, that matters more than, what's happening throughout the world. Like,
Yes.
man, okay, great, nuclear war, we're all gonna die, whatever.
Fantastic.
I got weed eating to do, I got tea to drink,
Exactly. What could be better?
I got
Weed eating and
flowers to
tea.
plant.
Right. I got podcasts to cast.
Mm.
Life is fantastic right now. But I think that's the hardest thing with this podcast, I'd say, is because before, the idea was to talk about topics every single time, but that gave us something to talk about. This is just free flowing conversation without anything, and
I feel
it'll,
like
it'll
this
take
is
it'll take time. It'll take
like we
time
had
to. Oh yeah.
so there's a few people listening that may know the deep lore, but we've had some practice runs
Yep.
doing stuff like this before, and we tried to, I think, overplan to the point that you know you as a listener, you may think this is atrocious. Like, oh my gosh, I have to. It just feels like work just listening to
There's
these two
silence in
idiots
three
talk.
seconds.
But
Right.
trust me, it was far worse on the on some of our earlier ideas and practice runs we did. It was
Well, let's just say I won't give into too much detail, but this, technically speaking, is Untitled 2.0. That's all I'll
yes,
say.
there is, and I will, even though that's all you'll say, I will say there is still a tiny fragment of Untitled 1.0 out there on the internet. Um,
If you find it, congratulations.
if you
Good luck.
find it, and if you find it, and we don't know who you are, as in like, if you're somebody who is already aware of the former one, and we know, like, obviously we're not going to do this, but if you're a stranger, like a random person, you find it, we uh we will buy you tea and ship it to you. We will not do that. Just
We will hold you at gunpoint and tell you to be quiet.
yes,
Do not reveal anything that might incriminate us further.
yes.
And I'm not going to hate on the previous attempts. They were great. They were nice, but we were just starting out. We didn't really
Yeah.
know anything. This is us improved. It may not seem like it, but oh my gosh, it is.
Well, there's also, even with awkward silences and conversation where it's like we don't really know what we're talking about. There's just something about. I feel like we're being a lot more genuine this time around.
That's the most
Um,
important thing that I was
yeah,
gonna do
we
with
were
this one.
so concerned about quality that we were losing the genuineness that gave it quality. And it was,
Yep.
like I said, it's awkward this time in some ways as we're learning how to do this properly, but it's genuine. And the last one was just awkward and not genuine. And it was
Right.
it was it just was it was what it was. It was a fun time. I enjoyed trying to, especially when we tried to like hold to a super hardline schedule, uh, trying to do that, having random people on
Oh
as
yeah.
guests.
Oh yeah.
It was chaos.
It was. And one thing that we did then that we don't have now is we had a Discord server. And I'm not
Mm,
gonna Discord wasn't it's not a bad thing. Okay, it's really good. I mean, that's how me and Daniel met actually. Is we met on
yeah.
Discord. It's really beneficial. But the way we did it, it kind of we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit when we first started.
Yeah.
Won't go into too much detail, but by having
It it
that,
was
it was
it was an extra sort of avenue to have to manage on top of, like, think it was really like throwing ourselves in the deep end as far as we were starting a podcast. We didn't know what we were doing, trying to figure out how to do that, how to manage all the social media and compile and edit and upload everything, plus trying to run a server and
we
then
had like we had a couple managers that were trying. We brought on guests almost. I think every single episode we almost had a guest
yeah,
on,
like
and
almost every episode, yeah.
yeah, and they were
And part of that was because
yeah.
we had such a hard time like finding uh, you know, times in both of our schedules to actually record that we had to like find people to fill in.
I would find a random guy on the server and say, "Listen, you want to be on the podcast?" And I don't look back on it and hate those times because they were really great. I had a really, fun time doing it. But going into this now, oh man, so I can change so many things that would be way better than what happened before.
Right.
You know,
We can make it even worse.
we could, we this could backfire like the most horrible way possible. But I want I don't want it to. I want to really,
You know what? Even if it does, we're just gonna keep screaming into the abyss. We,
yes,
you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if anybody likes it or not until,
no.
well, I mean, until we're like literally just removed from YouTube. In which case,
I wouldn't think that would happen, but
no,
you'd never,
we're not.
you'd never know. And also, if you're going onto YouTube and looking for our previous channel, Untitled 1 point,
It does
whatever,
not exist.
because I deleted it by accident. Um, I was meaning to delete something, and I was like, I think it was you. It's like,
Professional.
yeah, you were like, well, check the channel. I'm like, yeah, I hate to break it to you, buddy. It's not there anymore. And that was all our
Mm,
work, but I think that was actually good because it kind of gave us a fresh start.
yeah.
And you know,
Well,
we
it also it allowed us to sort of rethink our approach to things without feeling like we had to maintain whatever pattern we
right,
had before. It was
yeah,
just complete blank slate. Do whatever,
yep.
you know.
And actually, I don't know if you'd. I kind of want to mention this, but would you want to explain? Because we first had Untitled 1.0, and then we had an idea for a second podcast, but we never made any
Mm,
episodes for it.
yeah, we had this is what I was talking about earlier with the you know, the whole
Mugs,
coffee and tea being
yeah.
a sort of part of the brand is we had this idea for a show. We were going to call it Snug Mugs.
Don't hate on our name. We will find you.
No, no, it was. I mean, I don't even think it was a bad name. I think it was.
Mm-mm.
I don't think it was quite. I don't like it as much as Untitled, but
No,
I don't think it was like a bad name. But
it wasn't.
the whole reason we were going with that is because we're very into our tea, and
Hot
it,
beverages.
yeah, and I like coffee, and I'm still somewhat of a coffee enjoyer, but
What a
um,
shame.
Uh, so that was kind of going to be part of our. We were trying to think of like cool branding ideas, and so we were going with a color scheme of like very outdoorsy, maybe like a wood grain background with some plaid, like think
Yeah,
flannel type decorations
right.
and mugs and
It was. I'm gonna.
very cozy.
It was very cozy, and I'm gonna say this now because when it comes to branding and stuff like logos and what you see, I take care of that stuff. more often than not.
Yes, that is all
That is me.
uh,
Um,
on Josh's end.
and so I we also have an Instagram account, which I'll actually link down in the description. You guys can go follow because we'll post
Yes.
updates and things like that on there. But when it came to designing the with Snugmug's podcast idea, it was hard because we just couldn't decide on things, and that's what makes
Yeah.
Untitled so easy. Because it's like, let's just
No
slap a
decisions
no
have
decision.
to
It's
be
just
made.
black brick background, black and white, with a guy on the logo with a mug. It's so
Mm.
simple, but it just works. Sure, we look like you know our character resemblance is like of a 30-year-old guy who has depression. All right, I get it. However, it just makes things so much easier because then you can really focus on the topics that you talk about or what you talk about. It's kind of like, it's quantity over quality, I guess you could say. We
No,
still,
quality over.
quality is it quality over
I
quantity? I don't know. It's kind of they can go both ways. What,
listen to us. We know what we're doing.
as you can tell, it's quite evidently noticeable.
We are the experts.
Yeah, any other podcasts out there, we're better than you.
Joe
Don't even.
Rogan, get out of the way.
Yeah, yes. We no the you know our previous attempts were, I look fondly on them. Not unlike,
They
oh, I
were,
can't believe we did
I
that, but
think, I think it was, it was a valiant effort, but it was very. I'd say the biggest issue with it was that it was kind of unsustainable. Uh, it was, it was, there's too much that we were trying to manage, and it kind of felt like we had a foundation of sand,
right.
if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know quite how to describe it without going into like crazy in-depth detail, which I don't know, maybe one day we'll do like an episode dedicated to the great story of Untitled, but I don't feel like we're really far enough along in the story to have much uh to really have a point in doing that. It hasn't really
Right.
accumulated into anything major just yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
No. But this is,
yeah,
we have very high hopes for this round, I guess. You could call it
yes.
third round,
Yes, we
technically
made it to
speaking.
5 subscribers, and I
Thank you.
know this is crazy, but guys, I think we might one day, like it might take us 5 years, but I think we'll make it to 10 subscribers. Like I know that's a little ambitious,
That's a
but
stretch, buddy. That's oh man. I'm gonna like design a YouTube label and then just read congratulations, 10 subscribers Untitled, and just hang it on my wall.
yes,
Because honestly, as little as 10 subscribers is, it just means a lot. Because it's like, whoa, people actually,
that's
you
actually
know,
yeah. What we're gonna do now, whether or not they'll honor it, who knows? But for 10 subscribers, we're gonna reach out to YouTube and ask them to send us a paper play button.
a pay for play. But oh my gosh,
Yes,
I,
just
I'm
a
yeah.
play button printed out on a sheet of.
Congrats. Well done, guys. Come on, you guys made it to 10. So yeah, no, it means a lot. It does. It's
Yeah.
quite, and then eventually, hopefully, we get more. But right now, we're on YouTube, but I'm very much hoping that we'll go on Spotify at some point.
Yes, we need to get one of those like RSS feed services that just puts it everywhere. That way, um, no matter where you are or what you're doing, you can always listen to us give you bad advice and bad takes on
Yes. Yeah.
any anything going on. Which you can specially request us to talk about something if you write us at untitled at
Yes.
writeme.com.
Email us, please. We are begging you.
Talk to us. Confirm to us that
Yeah.
you're really out there listening.
Yes. Imagine just a bunch of bots that subscribed and it's just
Oh,
all bot views and no one's actually at all listened. But you know what? If that was the case, we'd still do this.
yes, we
We'd
would
still do
for
it
the bots. For the bots.
for for the bots. Yeah. No, I mean, it's
That'll
yeah,
be the name for our fan base, the bot army.
bot
Uh,
army. Yeah, but
no,
then we
we
like
just to
it
to
takes.
clarify to YouTube, we do not use bots to boost our
No, we
sub
don't.
count or view count, nor do we
No.
endorse such activity. Uh,
Yes, I made 5 email accounts and I subscribed to Untitled on all of
no,
them.
no, no, we did not.
I did not
Um,
either that.
we just happened to find this idea
Pe-
amusing,
People,
but please do not delete us
we have worked so hard.
on 2 episodes.
to- you know what? Hey, 2 episodes is an accomplishment. We made it to the second one.
Two episodes
You gotta be
and
proud.
a first take on the second episode that got thrown into the bin. It's
Actually, to be specific, to be specific, it was actually 2 takes because the first time I forgot to talk.
true. We just sat there, just yeah, I
Josh,
so
how you doing? Uh, oh, sorry. Okay, you know what? Let's restart
words.
that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
just my
man.
mind went blank. I'm like, wait a sec, what am I doing here?
Speaking of talking, I think we've done a fair amount.
Really?
Uh,
It's, it's been 45 minutes.
yeah. No, I mean, man, but these two brain cells only carry so far.
Yeah, no, I mean mine's still going. I don't know about yours. I just carrying the whole show at this point.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think like what's the because I saw 45 minutes. Like I don't want to go.
No, you don't want to go too long.
No, like
Uh,
what should be the ideal? I know we said 45 minutes to an hour, so I guess we're fine. But um,
Depends. I would say depends. If we do have topic videos that I guess the viewers have sent in, we'll go to an hour.
yeah,
But if it's just me and you talking, rambling on, it'll be 45. And
yeah. If you want longer episodes for some reason, if you want to
yeah,
subject yourself to that,
yeah.
write us so we have something to talk about.
You just keep it's like every 3 minutes. Write us here. Write us. Please write us.
Yes,
Um,
seriously though, like I really want to
yeah,
see like what people come up with,
yeah.
what our viewers are like,
Right, because
because I
you writing us, that fuels this whole thing. That
yes,
really gets the gears going. And
and if for some reason you don't want to bother with like the whole emailing thing, you're also welcome to just leave a comment and we'll cover
oh,
that.
absolutely.
Just be aware that YouTube comments are public, so whatever you say, we can everybody can see. But
Yes, and if you do not want to comment on the YouTube, I do have an Instagram that I am gonna be running. It's up right
mm,
now. I'll leave in the description. So if you want to, hit me up there, or hit us up up there, I guess. Yeah, leave us a suggestion, or just if you want to say hi, we'll uh, we'll read it on an episode. But with that being said,
mhm,
I think it is time to bid adieu, and
yes,
we'll look forward to the third episode. And also, again, the noise. I apologize, but thank you if you've listened to this far. Thank you very much, and
yes.
we shall see you guys on the next episode. Thank you very much.
God bless. Have a wonderful evening.
Yes.